One of the most common issues on the celebrity-loved Nissan Altima is the transmission, because it has what's called a CVT, which stands for continuously variable transmission. Okay, this is basically an engine with no gears. It simulates gears, but it essentially has no gears, similar to that of an electric car. Okay, an electric car has no gears. The CVT works in the same way, where it works as one gear. Okay, so basically, I would say the engine does all the work. Is it a good car? Should you get one? We're going to talk about that today in this video.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Blackhawk Bond 007 back here with another video. If you know the vibes, hit the subscribe. If you don't bite, give me a like. That's right. Become a Blackhawk right here, right now, if you like what I do. I got the latest and the greatest police chases, test drives, car news, and car reviews. Let's get into it. Alright, so Nissan Altima, okay? I featured the Altima a million times on this channel, and I even had a full car review on my old personal Nissan Altima, okay? So, why don't you go ahead and check that out. That's on the channel, in test drives and car reviews. So, I'm helping my sister right now look for Altima, a Nissan, because that's what she really wants. She wants a nice running car, but she really wants a Nissan. She said it was one of the first cars she ever driven. She wants one. So boom. So we're gonna pull this up right here on a good old Facebook Marketplace. This is what I use when I'm shopping for a car, whether I want to buy it for myself or whether I want to resell the vehicle. And right here we have an Altima that's located in New Jersey. We can look at some of these pictures right here. Okay, pretty nice, well put together car visually, you know, and that's what sells most of the time. People like a car that looks good, that doesn't have too much damage, you know. So, and a lot of people, I used to never get it. I'm like, why do people care so much about how the car runs? And then I realized, I'm like, all right, well, if you do mechanical work, maybe it won't cost that much. You replace a couple parts, but body work, that's another ball game. So, you know, for me, I think of the opposite. I'll take that motherfucker dirt ball. You understand what I'm saying? Hillbilly, king of the hill. Yeah. So, as long as that thing run good, oh my God, that's so much half the battle. I can get it to pass inspection. So, this guy, he did a couple upgrades in this car. As you can see right here on slide 10 of 13, he put a full aftermarket radio in there, assuming that it has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. This is a base model, so I guess he kind of decked it out, because if you look at the rims on here, he got some really nice upgraded rims on here that totally do not belong to this car. I think they go on maybe a newer model year Nissan Maxima. I would even say maybe it comes from like a Murano. I've seen these wheels before, but I can't put my finger on it where they come from. Tires are new, got really nice tread. They're brand new tires. You could tell. You could tell that he didn't just clean up the edge and make them look new. Like, you could tell that they actually are new tires with good tread on them. And if they aren't, you know, here's a way to verify it. Open the picture up, zoom in, look for the brand on them. You see that Firestone? Most people that have Firestone tires have a membership with Firestone. And what happens with Firestone, you can post-date your payment. So let's look at it right here. Let's actually find out for ourselves. As you can see, right there, if you can look at that, you can fit a whole quarter inside of that tire right there. So if you look at that where I zoomed in at, you could tell that it's actually new tires on this car. So, not bad. Here's the seller right here. Boom. In the description it says Nissan Altima S 2015 with 158,000 miles. Car runs and works good. Check engine light on. Code shows judder. That's very vague, y'all. That's very vague. That's not really telling you. A judder with what? A judder with the engine? A judder with the transmission? Like, where's the judder coming from? What is it rooted from? Where's the root cause of this judder? This is negotiable. Send your offer. He has a listed for $3,000. Some people highball the price because they want to get a certain rock bottom, and you know, maybe they're flipping the car. Maybe they know that this car is on his last leg, but I'm not going to let that happen. You understand? Not with me. So let's pull up the conversation right here. We got it right here. Hi, is it still available? So he says, yes, it is. I said, what's your number? If you don't mind, I want to call you. He said, I'm okay, text it through here. I'm available to meet you tomorrow before 11:30 a.m. We're going to go ahead and pull out our handy dandy Holla Lark M2. Y'all see this? I display it on the channel all the time. If you want to look at my product review, if you would like this Holla Lark M2, look at the product review I did on this. You could check that out in under car news section of the YouTube channel. And we're going to put this second mic near here so we can have a nice crisp and clear sound so you can hear exactly what I'm talking about over here. We're going to play the voice message on what I said to him after he said I'm available to meet you before 11:30.
Okay, well, to be honest, I asked for your...
I'm going to pause that real fast because I want to make sure the volume's all the way up. All right, let's play it.
Phone number because you are too far for me to travel to you, and then you sell the car while I'm on the way, and then just stop communicating with me. So that's too far of a distance for me not to have physical phone contact with you. You live in West New York, New Jersey. I'm messaging you from Wilmington, Delaware. That is 2 hour, 15-minute drive. So that's why I'm asking for your phone number so I can get on the phone and talk to you. So if you don't mind, good luck with that. Thank you. I mean, I could talk to you here for now. That's cool, extra some questions. But you're too far for me to just have a text communication through the Facebook app. You know what I mean? And not want to at least talk to you on the phone first. You know what I'm saying? Prior to coming down there. I just don't want to do a surprise meetup or whatever case, you know. But I'm interested in the car, so.
I used to have a tolerance level for sellers and give them the exception because they have a product that I want. And at any given time, if they feel uncomfortable with me, the customer, they have the obligation or the right in advance to go to another customer. You know what I mean? We're not on the program. And I always said this. Whatever you learned about cars as far as customer service, unlearn what you have learned. The customer is not always right, okay? Whoever has the product has the power, not who has the money, because everybody got the freaking money. So as long as that seller with that one product versus everybody else have that same money, you know, if he gets a higher offer, he can go with another customer. If he doesn't like the experience of the dialogue back and forth, he can go with another customer. If he feels like you're a scammer, he can go with another customer. At any time, at the discretion, at will, he could just switch to another customer. He could just stop responding to you. He could block you. So, you know, you kind of want to do that, but one of the things that I started not negotiating with anymore is getting a phone number. So we could have had a nice dialogue about the conversation. I could have felt cool with the details about the car, but if he had not given me a phone number, which he didn't, I would not go to with this guy to even go look at the car, because I'm not traveling 2 hours or even 30 minutes, you know, for a guy that may take whatever time he wants to respond back in a text message, because then you can take your time to figure out what answer you want to give. But when you're on the phone, talking requires a response back immediately because you're right there on the phone. You know what I mean? So, and you can read the conversation. You can listen to the tonality of their voice. You know, you can listen to literally what they're saying and see if there's any inconsistencies as you're looking at the listing. Like this one guy I messaged yesterday about a car. He, because I'm looking for cars for myself as well too. Y'all know that. He says, I drove this car 2 hours. I'm showing that the listing shows all these freaking cars. You just went 2 hours yesterday in this car to go somewhere for work or whatever it would be. Yeah, I've had this car for X number of time. I pull up your marketplace profile. You got a bunch of cars. So you just drive. You just own 17 cars. Like, hey, you're a millionaire. Okay, cool. Knock yourself out. You know what I mean? They're all sold though. So you know what I mean? Why are they on marketplace? Right, you sell cars. So that's a red flag you want to look out for. But I don't want to necessarily call it a red flag. You know, I think it's a red flag because it's a shitty excuse. It's a bad excuse because you could have came up with a better finesse story. You understand what I'm saying? My job is to get the customer to show up. It doesn't mean they have to buy the car after they check it out. If they choose not to spend their money buy the car and they're not satisfied with the car, that's their prerogative. But other than that, it's not a good idea to tell somebody you've driven this car every day and you've had it. You just drove it 2 hours yesterday in New York. You know what I mean? And you've owned the car for 7 years, and I go on your profile, see 14 cars on your previous seller history. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? So the next thing I said, are there any immediate issues that will make the car not start, cut off, or overheat? He said, listen, brother, I'm not the regular Facebook marketplace seller. I do know and understand what you're saying with a thumbs up. He says, as of right now, nobody can come today, and I have nobody coming tomorrow yet. If you would like to come earlier tomorrow, let me know so I can arrange that for you. Then I said this.
Hey, also, the car is for my sister. She just got a car a week ago, and somebody literally hit her car. Who was it? Thursday night while it was parked. So she's back at the drawing board, and she got a kid. So she needs a car like yesterday. So I found this listing right here for her because she said she wanted another Ultima, and she is working with a certain amount. Unfortunately, it's not what you're asking for the car, but it's not too far off. So I sent it to her, and she would like to know if you would take $2,500 for this car ASAP.
That is a good finesse story. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It gives the seller a realistic story, and it possibly puts that seller in a soft spot. At the same time, it also shows him the sense of urgency from the finesse story that you gave the seller, that you're trying to get a car ASAP. So it makes you really look like you are a serious potential buyer. This was the last 9 seconds.
And she needed a car ASAP because she got her kid, and she takes him back and forth to daycare and everything, and she got to work, so she needed a car as soon as possible.
He says, okay. Then I say this.
But again, she can come as soon as possible, so I appreciate it. I want to run it by her because I'll be seeing her like in a couple hours, and yeah, we can meet up.
Okay, so
she'll be the one meeting you, of course, and I'll be there with her.
Then he says, my wife got hit, nothing crazy. It added more stuff to the car.
As long as she was okay, that's all that mattered. All the pictures that you got on there, they're current, right? Like there's no like hidden photos or anything, right? Everything that's on there reflects the most recent cosmetic updates since the car was hit.
Then he says,
okay, that's all that mattered.
Then he said, sorry about that, y'all. Then he says I haven't updated, so he sent me updated photos, and then he sent me this video. Let's watch this video. Okay, so as you can see right here, he's showing like some of the scratches. I guess maybe they got sideswiped. This damage. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. You know, she can get that fixed that later. Not bad. So then he says driver window does not go up and down. This is everything on the car that is not the post. The weekend has been very busy for me. I said, is it at least up right now? He said the reason why I haven't updated. He says, what do you mean by up? So this is a voice message that I sent to him. I'm not going to play it, but pretty much what I said to him is the window stuck in an up position or is it stuck in a down position? He said it is up. So something in the control unit inside of the door, my wife says, her mechanic said, I barely have time to put into the car, otherwise it would have been less things to worry about. Then I got to the $1 million question. The $1 million question was, is the CVT transmission good on this car? Because that's a common issue. You know they're common. Then I asked him, he says the check engine light is on because of the judder. Here it is, y'all. He's about to tell us what that judder was. He said, as I mentioned it on the description of the listing, it's something with the transmission. I've heard it's fixable. Come on, man. Learn how to spell. I've heard it's fixable and not expensive. But I have done a big research about it, Don't rely on what I know. I'm trying to sell the car so I can have a down payment for a bigger car for the family. It's about time. Laughing emoji. I checked his profile. He only has that car listed up, and I think he has some sneakers and other miscellaneous stuff that was in the car. So this was my response to him.
Okay, do you have the check engine code for that? You said because of the judder, and you said it has something to do with the transmission.
He said, yes, sir. Judder is the transmission part. And then I said,
what's the, do you have the code, like the code number?
There it is. I asked him for the code. He said, let me get it. He said, P17F1 continuously variable transmission. Judder. This is it, sir. So I'm going to text him now, and I said, okay, thank you. Right off rip, I can tell you right now, she's not getting this car. I'm not letting her get this car. But we're going to look this up, and, you know, this is a common issue on the Altimas, y'all. If y'all want an Altima, just make sure it has a good CVT, unless you are prepared to replace the CVT. So here it is. We're going to open up Gemini. We're going to talk to Shayla today, and we're going to type that in there. Let's look up the information. Boom. So that's the information that they said right here. It says trouble code P17F1. As a matter of fact, we can even get Shayla to talk if you want her. Let's get her. Can you read that information about the Nissan Altima, about that engine code? Can you read the information for us to hear?
Got it. So just to confirm, you want me to read the information about the heptadecaphosphorus monofluoride code in a Nissan Altima, right?
Yes, that transmission code. Read it to us so we can hear.
Yes, of course. For the Nissan Altima, the heptadecaphosphorus monofluoride code specifically points to a problem with the CVT's control valve. This valve regulates fluid pressure, and if it's malfunctioning, it can cause that juddering or shaking sensation you might feel while driving.
Okay, and what is the danger level of that? Is it intermediate? Is it like ASAP? You got to get it fixed, or like what is the level of danger for that issue to get it fixed?
That's a good question. The severity of the heptadecaphosphorus monofluoride code can vary. In some cases, it might just mean you need a fluid change or a software update. But in more serious situations, it could indicate wear and tear on the CVT. It's best to get it checked out by a mechanic sooner rather than later to avoid any potential damage.
And the thing is this, you know, we don't know how long the issue has been on that car. So, you know what I mean? He could have put so much wear and tear in it already and is getting to his last leg. If you notice in the message earlier, he said it's about time with the laughing emoji. We don't know what that laughing emoji means. You know what I mean? It can mean so many things hidden behind that one emoji. So that's a red flag right there. He could be laughing with his wife like, yeah, this motherfucker just bought this car. He's stuck with it now. And sure enough, we gonna be stuck with it if we buy that shit. But you know how we not gonna be stuck with it? If we don't buy the bitch. You know what I'm saying? So do I recommend this car? In my review that I did with my personal Nissan Altima that I used to own, I recommended buying that car because they improved the CVT on the next gen Altima, which was that same one that I reviewed. I had a 2015. This one right here that I'm showing y'all is a 2015 right here, this red one. But it doesn't mean that the issue's not there. It's a very common issue in these cars. You just gotta find a decent one. If y'all truly a slave to the Nissan mob and you must have a Nissan Altima, just make sure you get one with the CVT. Very simple as that. You know, I'm not saying don't buy the car. Just make sure you buy one with a good CVT. And if you don't know what you're looking for, bring somebody that knows what they're doing. I'm not saying bring a mechanic because mechanics overhype shit. But if you know somebody you can trust that knows a thing or two about cars and particularly knows about the CVTs and what to look for to detect the CVT issue or whether it's a light issue, I'm going to be honest with you. If you have any type of issue in the CVT, I say leave that bitch alone. You understand what I'm saying? If it's all it is a fluid change, cool. But you honestly, the truth is you really just don't know, because you know, he could be telling you that this issue just came. No, it didn't. You understand what I'm saying? And if it did, we ain't finna find out. You know what I mean? He might have to come down a lot more on that price, because all I see in my head is the transmission is going to have to be replaced at some point. And how many miles is on this transmission? You know what I mean? Let's look that up. You know, let's go back to this. So the transmission has, the car says it has 158,000 miles. He rounded it up. Let's just assume that's what it is. My car had, what, 170? Transmission was great on the car. You know, I was told that they had to do like a fluid change at some point. A person has it now, and that's cool. You know, at some point you have to do some type of service on it. But as long as you keep up with those service intervals, you know what I mean, you know, you'll have the car forever. You know what I mean? Nissans are like night and day, no in between. Either it's going to last forever or it's going to go. That's just what it is. So just find one with a good transmission, y'all, and take good care of it. And keep up with the service intervals. That's all. You know what I mean? I say don't go to the Nissan recommended service intervals. I say really go to somebody that really knows about cars. Nissan be giving you stuff in the manual that purposely make you fuck up your car. Like they teach you how to fuck up your car so you can try to go buy a new one. They can get more money out your pocket. But anyway, if you know the vibes, hit subscribe. If you don't bite, give me a like. Give the video a big thumbs up. Drop a comment in the comment section below. And if you have any questions about the Nissan Altima from 1993 all the way to 2025, I have a PhD in Nissan and definitely a double PhD in Altima. Your favorite hoochie baby mama ratchet sedan. And until next time, holla at your boy. I'll see y'all on the next video.
Kind of makes me wonder why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down. Seems like motherfuckers should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.